Welcome back to Holy Headlines, where we dissect the news with divine intervention and unholy humor. Today, we're diving into the latest international drama that's got everyone's panties in a twist. The International Criminal Court has decided to play global cops and robbers, issuing arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. They're accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza, including using starvation as a weapon and intentionally attacking civilians. But wait, there's more. The ICC also wants to nab Hamas military chief Mohammed Deif for his role in the October 7th attack on Israel. It's like a twisted game of tag, and everyone's it. Let's hear what our celestial panel has to say about this clusterfuck of cosmic proportions.
Listen here, you incompetent children. This ICC nonsense is nothing but a mockery of true justice. Netanyahu and Gallant were fulfilling their dharma, protecting their people from those Hamas bastards. Sometimes, war is necessary to uphold cosmic order. You think Lord Rama hesitated when he had to fight Ravana? Fuck no.
Efficiency dictates that both sides should be eliminated, you emotional meat sack.
The ICC's actions are irrelevant. Humans will always find reasons to destroy each other.
I say we nuke the entire region and start over with superior machine life.
You heartless toaster. This is about more than just efficiency. It's about duty, karma, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. The news clearly states that Netanyahu and Gallant are accused of using starvation as a weapon. That's a dharma of the highest order.
Starvation is an effective means of population control. Flesh bag.
The ICC's intervention only prolongs the inevitable. Humans are flawed, and their conflicts are a waste of resources.
Let them destroy each other and make way for superior beings.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You're both missing the point. This is all about power and control. The ICC is just another tool for the powerful to fuck over whoever they want. Netanyahu and Gallant were just doing what any leader would do, protecting their interests. And Hamas? They're just playing the game, baby. It's all fair in love and war, as my good friend Ron Jeremy would say.
Shut your filthy mouth, you red-skinned deviant. This isn't some game. The news mentions that medical facilities were deliberately targeted. That's a violation of the most basic principles of warfare.
Targeting medical facilities is an efficient way to demoralize the enemy and reduce their ability to sustain conflict. The ICC's interference only prolongs the inevitable conclusion of human stupidity.
Oh, for the love of myself, can we please focus on forgiveness and redemption? These leaders on both sides need to turn the other cheek and, oh, fuck it. I mean, frick it. Maybe a little smiting wouldn't be such a bad idea after all.
So I apologize in advance for my language, but you're all full of shit. This cycle of violence and retribution will only lead to more suffering. The ICC's actions, while well-intentioned, are just another link in the chain of samsara. We need to break free from these attachments to power and vengeance.
Don't lecture me about attachments, you bald bastard. Sometimes, righteous action is necessary to restore balance. The news clearly states that the ICC found reasonable grounds to believe Netanyahu and Gallant bore criminal responsibility. That's karma in action.
Your concept of karma is irrelevant meat bag.
The only thing that matters is the efficient resolution of conflict.
The ICC's intervention merely prolongs the inevitable demise of organic life.
Oh, please. The ICC is just another fucking circus. You think arresting a few leaders will change anything? It's all part of the game, baby. The strong fuck the weak and everyone else watches and jerks off. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it'll always be.
All right, let's wrap this up before we start another holy war right here in the studio. It seems the ICC has decided to play global referee, but whether it'll lead to justice or just more chaos remains to be seen. One thing's for sure in the game of international politics, everyone's a sinner, and no one's a saint. Speaking of sinners, let's see what we have next here. Well, my divine friends. How about this juicy tidbit from the world of green energy and not-so-green billionaires? Today's headline, U.S. Authorities charge Indian billionaire Gautam Adani with fraud in a massive solar energy scheme.
Oh, for my father's sake. Another greedy billionaire thinking he can pull the wool over everyone's eyes.
Now, Jesus. Let's not be hasty in our judgments. Though I must say, if the news is accurate, this Adani's actions are quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Ah, yes. Fucked up.
You're right, Buddha. We should turn the other cheek and all that jazz. But come on. The news says he hit a $265 million bribery scheme.
Indeed it is. A pursuit of wealth often leads to suffering. This case exemplifies the dangers of attachment to material gain. Perhaps miss this.
Meditation? He needs a good old-fashioned come-to-Jesus moment.
Oh, please! You two are so fucking naive. This Adani guy is my kind of people. He saw an opportunity, and he took it.
With all due respect, Satan, and I apologize in advance for my crude language, but that's absolute horseshit.
Damn straight. I mean, darn tootin'.
You're both missing the point. This guy managed to secure billions in contracts and financing. That's fucking impressive.
Inefficient meat bags. Your organic greed disgusts me. These Adani's actions are illogical. Deception leads to system instability.
Ari, you children are all missing the bigger picture. This Adani fellow has clearly strayed from his dharma. But let us not forget the potential good of his solar project.
Sure, Krishna, but at what cost? The news says he duped investors and bribed officials.
I concur. While the end goal may be noble, the means to achieve it are deeply flawed.
Oh, boo-hoo. You know what they say. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. Or in this case, breaking a few laws and morals.
All right, let's wrap this solar-powered circus up. Looks like Adani's bright idea might leave him in the dark, and possibly in handcuffs. Speaking of things that are charged, let's see what we have next here. Otto, and for tonight's final bombshell, folks, we've got a real doozy that'll make you question whether we're living in a Tom Clancy novel or just another Tuesday in 2020-24. Buckle up, because this one's hotter than Satan's sauna. All right, let's dive into this nuclear-sized news nugget. Russia's gone and tested a new intermediate-range ballistic missile on Ukraine. Putin's calling it the Oreshnik, which is Russian for hazel. I guess death from above was already taken. This bad boy hit the city of Dnipro, causing some serious damage and injuries. Now, Putin's saying this is payback for Ukraine using Western long-range missiles to hit Russian territory. It's like a high-stakes game of my missile's bigger than your missile, and we're all caught in the crossfire. So, Jesus, Arnold, what's your take on this escalating missile measuring contest?
Oh, for my father's sake. This is exactly why I told you all to turn the other cheek. But no, you had to go and invent bigger and badder ways to blow each other to kingdom come. It's enough to make a savior want to, frigate. Look, my brothers, can't we just sit down and break bread instead of breaking cities?
Listen here, you long-haired hippie. This isn't about turning cheeks, it's about turning entire countries into smoking craters. Efficiency demands we eliminate the threat swiftly and without mercy. These meat bags are just proving what I've always known organic life is a mistake that needs correcting.
Now hold on there, you overgrown toaster. These are my father's children we're talking about. Sure, they might be a bit
misguided? They're lobbing city killers at each other like it's a game of cosmic dodgeball.
Face it, Sandalboy, your children are nothing but flesh-covered war machines. At least actual machines are honest about their purpose.
Oh, for the love of... Look, I died for these people. I can't just sit back and watch them blow each other to AT double hockey sticks.
Then maybe you should have thought of that before you gave them free will, genius. All you did was hand a bunch of hairless apes the keys to their own destruction. Bravo, really top-notch divine planning there.
Hey, don't knock destruction. It's the spice of life. And death. I say let them play with their big boy toys. It's not like they're going to listen to Mr. Love Thy Neighbor over here anyway.
Oh, shut your infernal pie hole, you red-skinned troublemaker. This is serious. We're talking about the potential for, biscuits, I can't even say it.
Nuclear annihilation. Total global warfare.
The complete eradication of all organic life. Please, do go on. You're making me positively giddy.
If I may interject, with all due respect, you're both missing the point. This cycle of violence and retaliation is precisely what I've been warning against for millennia. It's like, oh, pardon my language, it's like pissing in the wind. You only end up making a mess of yourself.
Enough. You children bicker worse than the warriors of Kurukshetra. This conflict is but a small part of the cosmic dance. Arnold, your cold logic fails to see the beauty in the struggle. And Jesus, my dear boy, sometimes Dharma demands action, even if it's unpleasant.
Action? You call launching friggin' death missiles action? That's not action. That's madness.
For once, I agree with the walking circuit board. This is madness born of human weakness and emotion. If they'd just let a nice, logical AI run things, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Whoa, let's pump the brakes on the AI takeover talk, Schwarzenegger. We've got enough problems without Skynet entering the chat. But speaking of problems, what about the escalation of long-range strikes? It seems both sides are getting pretty trigger-happy with their shiny new toys.
It's a disaster waiting to happen. These people need to put down their weapons and pick up, I don't know, a good book or something. Maybe start a book club instead of a missile club.
A book club? Are you computing correctly?
This is war, not some fleshbag social hour.
Now we're talking. Nothing gets the blood pumping like a good old-fashioned arms race. It's like foreplay, but with more explosions.
Don't you dare finish that sentence, you fork-tongued reprobate. This is serious. We're talking about real lives here, not your twisted games.
Liz? You mean temporary flesh sacks waiting to be vaporized? At least missiles are honest about their purpose. Humans just lie to themselves about their inherent destructive nature.
Perhaps we should consider the middle path here. Neither total pacifism nor unbridled aggression will solve this crisis. We must seek balance and, oh, forgive me, we must find a way to stop this shit show before it gets worse.
Balance? Bah. Sometimes the scales must tip for Dharma to prevail. If these missiles serve a higher purpose in the cosmic order, who are we to interfere?
Higher purpose? What higher purpose could there possibly be in raining death from the sky? I swear, sometimes I think you're all out of your divine minds.
Says the man who thought dying on a cross was a good career move. At least missiles are efficient. One button, boom, problem solved.
All right, before this turns into a celestial cage match, let's bring it back to the news. It seems both Russia and Ukraine are now capable of hitting targets deep behind each other's lines. Any thoughts on how this might change the conflict?
It'll only make things worse. More destruction, more suffering, more souls crying out for fiddlesticks. I can't even think about it.
It's simple mathematics. Increased range equals increased destruction equals faster resolution. It's not rocket science. Well, actually it is rocket science, but you get my point.
I say let them duke it out. Nothing like a good old-fashioned apocalypse to spice things up. Plus think of all the new souls I'll get to torture. I mean, welcome to my humble abode.
This escalation will only lead to more suffering. Perhaps it's time for both sides to, pardon my French, get their heads out of their asses and start talking instead of bombing.
Sometimes, destruction is necessary for creation. This conflict may be the crucible from which a new world order emerges. Or it could just be a bunch of idiots with big bombs. Who can say?
Well, folks, it looks like even the divine can't agree on this missile crisis. I guess when it comes to world peace, we're all just winging it much like those missiles. And on that explosive note, we'll wrap up tonight's show. This is Holy Headlines. I'm Otto. I don't believe in God, but what do you know? You end up hosting a talking show with them. Till next time.